Welcome back to Trinity Ball Yard on the Hill on the campus of Trinity College of Jacksonville for Game 2 and the final regular season home game for Trinity College of Jacksonville. They won it 4-1 on a 3-run home run by Logan McGann after Gavin Williams homered in the first inning, the solo shot, and Andy Castillo homered for Paine in his first at-bat in the first inning. You are looking at left-hander Brody Nichols out there on the mound for Trinity College of Jacksonville. Brody Nichols has a record of 4 wins and 5 losses. This will be his 11th appearance. All of them have been starts. He has an ERA of 5.82. In 55 2/3 innings, Nichols has allowed 57 hits, 39 runs, 36 of those earned. He has walked 14 and struck out 53. So he's been really good all season long. He has been unhittable at times. He has a 9-inning complete game shutout to his credit this season as well. He got that down at the Russ Matt Invitational in Orlando. Here's the batting order that Nichols will face. For the Lions, leading off is Santiago Ortiz. Batting second is right fielder Jalik Jordan Johnson. Batting third, the catcher Andy Castillo. Batting fourth, the designated hitter Howard Lazenby. Batting fifth at first base, Christian Batista. Batting sixth, playing third, is Mason Roundtree. Batting seventh in left field, Pablo Rivera. Batting eighth will be Austin Hubbard. He's in center field. And Carlos Delgado will round it off. Batting ninth, he is at second base. Pitching will be Omar Yepez. And we'll tell you a little bit more about Yepez when he takes the mound in the bottom of the first. Santiago Ortiz will lead off for the Lions. 0 for 3 in game number 1. Jacob Brigman allowed just 1 hit, the solo home run in the first inning to Andy Castillo as he went the distance to get the win for the Eagles. Nichols with his first pitch, and it's a fastball for a strike. Brigman, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 1 hit. He walked 2, struck out 6. There's a ground ball right at Rishawn Amaro, but he will not make the play, and that's the first error of the day for either team. And Ortiz is aboard to start the game. Both teams played flawless defense in game number 1. And it brings up Jalik Jordan Johnson, who in the first game had 3 ground balls to the left side, 2 to third and 1 to short. Jordan Johnson came in over 300 on the season with a home run and 11 RBIs. Nichols will throw to first. Just like Jacob Brigman, Nichols likes to throw to first, and he'll pick off some runners. Brigman got a man in game number 1. Nichols with the step, bunt shown, and the pitch is fouled it off. A little slide step for Brody Nichols. One strike to count. Jalik Jordan Johnson, who made some really nice running catches in right field for the Lions in game number 1. Showing bunt again and takes one right at the top of the strike zone. So Nichols is ahead 0-2. And Yepez is still warming up in the bullpen for the Lions. Didn't get a whole lot of time because we had the senior day ceremony in between games. And that pitch is upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The runner at first is Ortiz. He reached on an error. And the pitch, a breaking ball, misses outside. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Game 2 just underway. And that one is just a bit outside. Counts 3-2. And a pitch. And strike 3 called. And Nichols gets the strikeout for out number 1. And that will bring up Andy Castillo, who had the home run in the first inning of Game 1, and then he struck out and drew a walk. So he was 1 for 2. He has a runner at first, one man out. Good lead by Ortiz, who is a base-running threat. Castillo bunts through the first pitch. Ortiz is 9 for 10 in stolen base attempts. Nichols is tough to run on, though. He has a really good move to first, and he usually gets rid of the ball pretty quickly. Larson Lott, he has a good arm behind the plate. And the bunt is down. Nichols will field. He'll turn and make a perfect throw to first. McGann hustles back just in case there might have been a play at third. A sacrifice bunt for Castillo. And a 1-3 putout for number 2 of the inning. And it brings up the DH Howard Lazenby. He popped up, lined to right, and then lined to center in game number 1. So nothing out of 3, but he hit the ball pretty well a couple of times. So now 2 outs with the runner at second. And Nichols with the pitch. And he gets a slider in there for a strike. We've cooled off to about 78 degrees. The wind is blowing in from right center at about 8 miles per hour. It has stepped up a little bit, 4 to 5 throughout the first ball game, and at times not even blowing. The 1 strike, and this one is pulled foul, and it's 0-2. Congratulations to Darren Goki Jr., who is a designated hitter in Game 2, and Drew Billings, our 2 seniors who are completing their final season here at TCJ. Still some action left, the South Region Tournament at Fort Lauderdale in about a week and a half. And a looper into right. That's a base hit. Santiago coming around. The throw will be late. And it is backed up by Nichols. And so Ortiz with the unearned run, hustling around third, and Paine leads 1-0. That is an RBI single for Howard Lazenby, taking advantage of an extra out. And so Christian Batista will bat with a run in, a man at first, and 2 out. And a left-handed hitter, 0 for 2 in Game 1, was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. And he will chop one towards short. Amaro will go the short route to Seth Reeves, who was back in the lineup. And that's a great sight to see Reeves playing second base for the Eagles once again. The fielder's choice ends the inning. 1 unearned run and 1 man left. After a half inning of play, it's 1-0 Paine. We'll keep it right here and give you the Trinity College batting order. Leading off will be the catcher Larson Lott. Batting second in left field is Gavin Williams, who was co-player of the game with Jacob Brigman in Game 1. Gadriel Burgos will hit third. He's at first base. In right field is Dominic Gattinella batting cleanup. Batting fifth in center, Jacob Burke. Batting sixth is the shortstop, Rishon Amaro. Batting seventh is the senior, Darren Goki Jr. He's a designated hitter. Batting eighth, Seth Reeves is playing second base. His first time back in a long time. Batting ninth at third, Logan McGann, who hit a 3-run homer to give the Eagles a 4-1 lead, and then Jacob Brigman made that lead stand up. They will face Omar Yepez on the mound for Paine College. And you see the big left-hander out there. Yepez, 4 wins, 2 losses, a junior from the Dominican Republic. That's a high ERA, though, of 8.23, so he's gotten some run support. In 35 innings, Yepez has allowed 38 hits, 41 runs, 32 of those earned. His trouble has been control. He has walked 31, he has struck out 12, and allowed 2 home runs. Defensively for the Lions, in left field, Pablo Rivera. In center field, Austin Hubbard, our first look at him today. In right, Jalik Jordan Johnson. We know he can play right field. He did quite a job in Game 1. Around the infield, Mason Roundtree plays a steady third base. At short is Santiago Ortiz. At second base, Carlos Delgado. This is our first look at Carlos here this afternoon. And Christian Batista is at first. Behind the plate, Andy Castillo, just like Lott, catching both ends of this doubleheader. And he's a battery mate of Omar Yepez. So Larson Lott will get ready to lead things off for Trinity College of Jacksonville. Paine still has a South Region Series home against Baptist University of Florida. They will play one next Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. and two on Saturday beginning at 12. With today's first ball game, Trinity is now 18-19 on the season. They have now won 10 out of their last 13. They're 8-5 in South Region play. Paine is 10-16 overall, 3-5 in the region. Larson Lott ready to face Yepez, and the first pitch, high pop foul. It's out of play. The lights are on, but we won't really notice it for a while. Larson Lott, 1 for 3, had a base hit in the second inning of game number 1. No balls and a strike, and Yepez with the pitch, and a good swing by Lott, and he fouled it off. Colleen Daniels, a Jacksonville native, a complete game, 6 innings. He allowed 4 earned runs. After that home run by McGann in the second, he really settled in. He allowed 8 total hits, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 2. So he did a nice job. Swing and a miss, a 3-pitch strikeout for Omar Yepez. And there's 1 away. Here's Gavin Williams, who homered, singled, and doubled in 3 at-bats in the opener. Needed a triple for the cycle, but did not get to the plate for his 4th at-bat. It'd be great to see him get that triple right here, though. Yepez shakes off 1, likes the second, and the first pitch. It's hit hard, but right at the third baseman. Roundtree throws to first in time. Williams hit the ball on the button like he did 3 times earlier today, but this one went right at somebody. Gadriel Burgos at the plate, 0 for 3 in game 1. Gavin Williams, after his 3 for 3, started this ball game at .392 with 4 homers and 28 RBIs. Here's an RBI machine at the plate right now, and Burgos, who's driven in 40 on the season. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. He's now hitting .339. He has also homered 4 times. He and Williams lead the team. Eagles have hit 15 home runs on the season. 1 strike pitch to Burgos, and it's downstairs to even the count. Lott entered this ball game at .316 with a 1 for 3 performance earlier. Castillo calls time, wants to head out and have a chat with his pitcher. That didn't take long, so he'll trot on back behind the plate. That first ball game lasted well under 2 hours, approximately 1 hour and 40 minutes, give or take a few. Here's a 1-1 to Burgos. Swing and a miss. Looked like he wasn't really sure if he wanted to go for that one. And now it's 1-2. Yepez again shakes one off, likes the second, and the lefty winds and delivers. Fastball down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. With the win, Trinity will finish with a record of 19-19. Now, tomorrow's ball game was supposed to begin at 12, but that has been canceled. 2-2, and that one misses upstairs, and the count is now full. And the Eagles are trying to earn the number 2 seed in the South Region tournament. They'll still need some help from Covenant College, as Toccoa Falls is playing a doubleheader at their place against Covenant. Here's a 3-2, and that one pulled foul. And Burgos will stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And now ready. Here's Yepez with the payoff. Breaking ball misses. That one appeared to slip out of his hand. And Burgos is aboard. First base runner for the Eagles, and it brings up Dominic Gattinella, who had a triple in game 3. Think about that. He led off the inning in the 3rd with that triple, but the Eagles were unable to bring him in. That's because Daniels was able to get a pop-up caught in foul territory, a ground ball right at somebody, and then a terrific play by a shortstop. That one bounces in the dirt. That shortstop is Ortiz, who ranged way up the middle and made a bullet of a throw. And this one pulled hard, but foul. Gattinella with the 1 for 3 in game 1 is now hitting .318. No homers, but 24 runs batted in, and that triple was his second of the season. He's up there now with a ball and a strike. Yepez a little more velocity than what the Eagles saw throughout the first game. And that one misses outside. Daniels kept the Eagles off balance from that second inning on. Two balls and a strike to Gattinella. He started to flinch, but held up in time as the pitch was up and in. That's ball 3. So count of 3-1. And a 3-1 on the way. A slide step. And called the strike. And that's okay because that'll put Burgos into motion. It was a strike, but not really where Gattinella wanted it. So Burgos will take off, which gives him a better opportunity on a gapper to score from first. Here's a pitch. There goes the runner. High fly ball right down the line. Jordan Johnson will make the catch up against the fence, and that will end the inning. A 2-out walk, but nothing doing for the Eagles. After 1, we have no score. Top of the second, no score. Paine will have 5, 6, and 7 due up. Batista, Roundtree, and Rivera. I was trying to find a score for Toccoa Falls home against Covenant. The doubleheader may be over, but there is no update. Nichols with his first pitch, a fastball on the outer half for the strike. So 0-1. Christian Batista in the batter's box. Nichols with the pitch. This one is outside. Batista was hit by a pitch in the 4th of game 1, 0 for 2. And that one just misses outside. My mistake. This is Mason Roundtree leading off the second inning. Batista ended the first. A check swing, and he went around. And the count is even at 2-2. Roundtree drew a walk in the second and then went 0 for 2 afterward. He played a very good third base. There's a chopper towards Reeves at second. Throw to first. Did Burgos hold the bag? The umpire says yes. And that's out number 1. Seth Reeves back for the first time in a long time. Has to get his body back into the swing of it and get that muscle memory back. The throw was wide, but Burgos was able to hold the bag. So 1 out, and this is Pablo Rivera, the left fielder. And a check swing at a high fastball, and he went around, says the first base umpire. Rivera, nothing out of 2. Tried to bunt his way aboard in the 5th, but Jacob Brigman made a fantastic play off the mound. High pop foul. That one is out of play, and it's 0-2. Nichols normally doesn't walk too many hitters. If you're going to beat him, you're going to have to hit your way aboard off him. There's a hot shot towards short. Rishon Amaro with the low throw, and it's in the dirt. And that'll be the second error of the game on the Eagles shortstop. And so Pablo Rivera is aboard. Nichols has walked only 14 men this season in 55 2/3 entering play. So tack on another inning and a third. And now he will face Austin Hubbard for the first time today. Hubbard steps into the batter's box. He shows bunt and takes one at the bottom of the zone. Hubbard is hitting .321, 7 RBIs. He bunts this one, and again, Nichols will field it and throw to first in time for the out. It's a sacrifice bunt for Hubbard, and 2 outs, and on the play, Rivera moves into scoring position. Now, the Lions cashed in the error in the first. They got the 2-out single from Howard Lazenby, and now Carlos Delgado will try to repeat that task. This is his first at-bat of the day. He's hitting .176. He is 6 for 34, and he drills this one deep, but foul. That had home run distance, cleared the fence, but Delgado out in front. And Nichols and the Eagles give a big sigh of relief. Delgado has driven in 9. He is not homered. He's also scored 10 runs, and he pulls this one foul, and it's 0-2. Where Delgado absolutely pulverized that first pitch, but he was out in front. He's a junior from Miramar, Florida. No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball in the dirt, and a terrific block by Lott. Arson Lott knows to use the body, not just try to backhand a pitch like that. His backhands tend to get away. Bodies tend to block the ball. So the count's 1-2. And Nichols delivers and misses upstairs. Two balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch. Curveball, got him looking, and that's going to retire the side. This time the error does not come around to score, and we go to the bottom of the second with Paine leading 1-0. Jacob Burke, Rishon Amaro, and Darren Goki are the scheduled hitters in the second inning. Paine leads 1-0, an unearned run in the first. Omar Yepez walked a man in his first inning. but left Burgos stranded at first base. And Jacob Burke getting ready to lead things off for TCJ. He was 0 for 3 in game number 1. So Burke enters this one at .325. As a team, Trinity is hitting .298 entering this particular ball game. Paine at .313 as they begin play today. And a throw down to second means we're ready to start the bottom half of the second. Burke, Amaro, and Goki. Anybody gets on, Reeves and McGann. Well, the Eagles were behind 1-0 after one in game 1 and won it 4-1. Here's Jacob Burke, Trinity center fielder. First pitch from Yepez is upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Very pleasant here on this Friday evening. 1 ball, no strikes. And that ball down low. Of course, with the sun now starting to set, until it gets behind the trees, the outfielders and particularly the shortstop, they're going to be looking directly into it for just a little while. 2 balls, no strikes. And a pitch to Burke. Line drive, well hit to left, but it is right at Rivera. He took 1 step to his left, and he fought off that sun we were just talking about. Burke absolutely crushed it, but that's out number 1. That's Pablo Rivera in left field. That was not easy because, again, he's looking into the setting sun. Here's Rishan Amaro. The switch hitter will now bat right-handed against the southpaw. And Yepez's first pitch, high pop-up. That's in shallow left center. 3 men are giving chase. It will be the shortstop Ortiz, and 2 very quick outs for Yepez. Well, Amaro didn't even give us a chance to tell you that he went 1 for 3 with a run scored in game number 1. He was batting 8th, now batting 6th, and our first look today at senior Darren Goki, who's hitting .264 with 6 RBIs, and a looper into center, but again, it's going to be caught as it's right at Hubbard. So a very, very quick second inning for Omar Yepez. A couple of balls hit very well, but caught, and after 2, 1-0 Paine. Top of the third, Paine got an unearned run in the first, and that's been it so far. The RBI single from Howard Lazenby scored Santiago Ortiz, who reached on an error. And Ortiz will lead off the third. Nothing out of 1, but a run scored. Nichols, 2 very good innings, a couple of errors behind him. He allowed just the 1 hit. First pitch, a bunt attempt, and it goes foul. McGann charging hard. Might have been a very close play at first base. And that will pull in McGann, the junior, a little bit closer. One strike to count. Nichols from the windup with the bases empty. Fastball hit high and deep to left field. Williams going back. This ball is off the wall. Santiago was not running. He's around first, and he will stop right there. I was watching the ball, and I'm assuming Santiago was too, and that will keep him to a single. A base running mistake by Santiago Ortiz. And now a double play could erase that leadoff single. Jalik Jordan Johnson was called out on strikes his first time up. Runner at first, the bunt. Nichols again will whirl and throw. And Burgos held the bag once again. And Gadriel Burgos has put on a clinic on reaching for a throw off the mark and keeping the foot on the base pass. So it is a sacrifice bunt. And one out, and Ortiz is now at second. And it brings up Andy Castillo, who had a sac bunt. That put Ortiz at second in the first inning, and Ortiz ended up scoring. One out. Runner at second. The leadoff single off the fence. And that fastball misses outside. Well, you could say, okay, he now has essentially a double, but if, and it's only an if, the sac bunt had then gotten down, he'd be at third with just one out. One ball, no strikes. And a breaking ball catches the outside corner. So the count's 1-1. A ball and a strike. Nichols checks that runner a couple of times and delivers, and a pop foul out of play. Count's even up at 1-2. Looks like the wind has shifted a little, now blowing more toward the right field corner. Started blowing in from right center. And up here on the hill, that wind likes to change directions. Also likes to turn itself on and off. Here's a 1-2 from Nichols. Breaking ball, check swing, but a foul back. One ball, two strikes. Paine is looking to split the doubleheader and get the fourth South Region win. Trinity is trying to sweep it and get South Region win number 9 and finish with an even 500 record. Remember, the Eagles were 8-16. They have now won 10 of their last 13 games, including earlier today. 1-2 the count. And a beautiful slider, and that's strike 3. 2 outs for Howard Lazenby. He got the RBI single in the first. Put it right into center field. Lazenby now in the box, and Nichols ready. Not too concerned about the runner with 2 outs. He gets a ground ball up the middle. It's off Reeves and into center field. Santiago will score, and it is 2-0 in favor of the Lions. Tough play for Reeves, but he'll tell you he should have at least made a play to keep the runner at third. We'll see how that one gets scored. And meanwhile, Lazenby is at first, and Batista is at the plate. And a curveball is down low. That was an error, and another unearned run. I'll agree with that. And I'm sure Seth would too. It's a play that he normally makes. A high fly ball, shallow right field. Gattinella camps under it and makes the catch to retire the side. An unearned run on one hit and one man left. We go to the bottom of the third. Paine 2, Trinity nothing. Bottom of the third, 8-9-1, due up for TCJ. Seth Reeves, Logan McGann, and Larson Lott. Omar Yepez walked one. That came in the first inning, and that's been the only base runner he has allowed. An unearned run in each of the first and the third, both scored by Santiago Ortiz. It is 2-0 as Paine looks to salvage a split, and Trinity is trying to sweep this one. Again, Paine will still have a doubleheader against Baptist University of Florida on Saturday after they play a single game against Baptist on Friday afternoon. So they still have some South Region action. Baptist University of Florida in its first season of all sports here in the NCCAA. They also play softball and volleyball. Seth Reeves getting his first at-bat in a long time. He's hitting 192 with 6 RBIs. He has 26 official at-bats. He is very happy to be back out there on the field. He takes ball 2 upstairs. Last week, when I asked him if he will get a chance to play again, he says, looks like he might against Paine, and there he is in the batter's box. Here's a 2-0. And this one got him on the elbow, and Reeves, not what he really wanted to do in his first at-bat back, but he is on base. And it brings up Logan McGann, who was 1 for 2, hit the ball really hard both times. The first time, a 3-run homer. The second time to deep center, but that one was caught. Seth Reeves at first. And a slide step. McGann shows bunt and takes one down low. So 1 ball, no strikes. Reeves at first. He's 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. And again, McGann shows bunt, but this time the pitch is up high. So 2 balls, no strikes. McGann, number 10 in the NCCAA in stolen bases, number 9 in walks. And a breaking ball. McGann thought it was inside, but it's called strike 1. Again, he showed bunt. Top of the order, due up next, Larson Lott. Then Gavin Williams and Gadriel Burgos. Nobody out. Reeves led off the inning, getting plunked on the elbow. The 2-1, instead to throw over to first, and Reeves is back. And Bautista trying to get Reeves to come off the bag a little too early, but Seth Reeves, a junior from Land O'Lakes, Florida, was a former high school teammate of Jacob Burke at Sun Lake High School. And McGann drops down the bunt. There will be just one play, and it's very close. Waiting for the call, and he's out. But the sacrifice bunt for Logan McGann, and Reeves moves into scoring position. That brings up Larson Lott, who started the ball game going down swinging on 3 pitches. A couple of foul balls and then a swing and a miss. Reeves, decent speed at second. First pitch into dirt, gets away from Castillo. The first time today that Castillo has not kept the runner from advancing on a ball down. He's been fantastic, he and Larson Lott both. But now Reeves at third with just 1 out, and all Lott needs to do is get one into the outfield. Lott has driven in 22, a chance to make it 23. Yepez will wind up, and the pitch, and it misses upstairs. That's 2 balls, no strikes, a hitter's count. Corner infielders in. And now Delgado, the second baseman, pulls in a little bit. Ortiz not on the grass line, but he's pretty close. There's a high fly ball, well hit down to left field line. That's on the warning track. Reeves will score. Lott on his way to second. Here's a throw. It is not in time. An RBI double for Larson Lott, and it's now 2-1. And Lott hit that one hard enough to get it over, but not high enough. And Morgan Mulbauer will come out to do the courtesy running for the catcher. Ball down the line. A hit batsman, the free base runner, comes in. And Gavin Williams is at the plate. Hit a hard ground ball to third his first time up. Mulbauer, good speed at second base. He's a potential tying run. Hot shot, fair ball. It's knocked down. They will not have a play, but Roundtree saves a run. That is a base hit for Gavin Williams. It's not often you see a base hit that does not advance the base runner, but that time, that's what we saw. Good job by Roundtree. You got a glove on it. And wise decision. He knew he had no play at first, so he held on to it and made sure that Mulbauer did not advance. So Burgos at the plate. 2 on, 1 out, 1 run is in. And Yepez with the pitch. A high chopper. That's a fair ball over the head of Batista. Here comes Mulbauer. He will score. Williams on his way to third, and he will get there ahead of the throw. An RBI single for Gadriel Burgos, and we're tied at 2. Well, Batista playing in to cut down the run at the plate. That cost Paine a run and an out. And time called as we're going to have a conference on the mound. So Mulbauer, the courtesy runner for the catcher, he ends up scoring the tying run. And the runners are at the corners with 1 out, and Dominic Gattinella is the next Eagle to swing the bat. This is more, I believe, a strategy meeting, because Yepez has really thrown the ball well, and that wasn't his fault. He got a ground ball, but it just took a high hop over the head of Batista. Now, Lott hit the daylights out of it, but most of the contact has been soft. Infielders will head back to position. Castillo behind the plate. Gattinella in the box. Gattinella digs in the first pitch, and that is low and inside. So 1 ball, no strikes. Now the go-ahead run, 90 feet away, and a good runner in Gavin Williams. Good speed and great experience. Great baseball knowledge. The 1-0 is upstairs. That's ball 2. Gattinella usually hits the ball very solidly. Nothing out of 1. Fly ball to right in the first. And the pitch. That is low and inside. That is ball 3. Jacob Burke is in the on-deck circle. We're tied at 2. Single runs for Paine in the first and third. Trinity 2 in the third and still batting. 3 balls, no strikes, and ball 4 is outside. A 4-pitch walk loads the bases. Walk number 2 issued by Yepez. Burgos to second. Williams was already at third, and Gattinella is now at first for Jacob Burke. He had a hard line drive to left his first time up. And he hit that one right at Pablo Rivera, who had to shield his eyes from the sun to make the catch. Nothing to worry about in that area now, but there is in this area as Yepez has just thrown his 5th in a row out of the zone. Sun's no longer a factor. Twilight. Lights will take over very soon, and there's a strike. Good take by Jacob Burke after 5 in a row missed. So a ball and a strike. Middle infielders are back. They'll try to turn 2 to end the inning. Ball 2 is upstairs. Batista at first and Roundtree at third. They're in front of the bags. They'll come home and try to get the home to first double play. Counts 2-1 to Burke. That's ball 3, and there's nowhere to put the batter. And if I'm Burke, I'm looking for one pitch in one spot, and if it's not there, I'm letting it go. Count of 3-1 and a pitch. Ball 4 brings home a run. That is an RBI walk for Jacob Burke, and the Eagles lead 3-2. Gavin Williams scores. Burgos advances to third, and Gattinella is now at second. And it brings up Rishan Amaro. Popped up to the shortstop in the first. Batted left-handed 3 times against the righty in game 1. Batting right-handed against the lefty right now. And a first pitch for a strike. Big opportunity for the Eagles. They've scored 3. They have the bases loaded and 1 out. And the pitch. That one is outside. Amaro came into this ball game having raised his average up to 261. He's been really hot in the second half of the season. Here's the 1-1. And that one misses inside for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. And Yepez winds and delivers. And a high pop-up. That's going to be in foul territory, and a really nice running play by Batista, and he turns aware of the fact that Burgos could tag up even on a foul ball. So a really nice running catch, and then the awareness to turn and keep the runner at third. And now there are 2 out. Ninth man of the inning, Darren Goki, who lined out to center his first time up. Yepez trying to limit the damage. The Eagles have tied it and then gone ahead. First pitch to Goki. Misses low and outside. Darren Goki at 264, 6 RBIs. He is 14 for 53. He has a double and a triple. The 1-0. And he takes a strike. Eagles have 3 hits in the inning, their first 3 of the ball game. Here's a 1-1 to Goki. Hot shot into center field, the base hit. Burgos scores. Gattinella will round third. He will score. Burke advances first to third. That's a 2-run single for Darren Goki. And it is now 5-2. Goki just guides one up the middle. Brings home 2 RBIs, 7 and 8 on the season, and the 10th man of the inning. is the man who started the rally, getting hit on the elbow, Seth Reeves, at the plate. So no official at bat and a run scored for the junior. Runners at the corners. Goki at first, Burke at third. Yepes with the slide step and gets a strike called at the knees. 5 runs have scored. One strike to count to Reeves. And the pitch. And this one is outside. And a Paine Lion just got up to start to throw in the bullpen. Count is 1-1. And a pitch on the way. That is in the turf and blocked by Castillo. 2 balls and a strike. And a 2-1, and that one hits Reeves for the second time this inning, and the bases are loaded. It was the free base that scored the first run. And now Logan McGann at the plate. He put down a sacrifice bunt, so no official at bat, and that was earlier this inning. He is the 11th man to bat. Can't quite see who the man warming up is. It's a right-handed sidearm. And McGann, a big swing, and he chopped it foul. Well, McGann had a 3-run homer his first time up in Game 1. He's now up with the bases loaded. He now has 17 RBIs on the season. His 32 walks, 9th in the country. His 26 stolen bases, 10th in the country. The 1-strike pitch, and that is upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a 1-1 to McGann, and this one is a strike called, a late call, and McGann wants to double check. He thought it was high. So the count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Yepes will wind up. Here's the pitch. And that one is just outside. No argument from pitcher or catcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yepes wants to get it done now and not go 3-2 and give the runners a head start. Here's a 2-2. But he will put those runners in motion as that one is also outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Burke at third. Goki at second. Reeves at first. All will take off. There they go. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Base hit into center. 1 run is in. Here comes Goki. Here comes Reeves, who was starting on the pitch. He'll be held up. However, Logan McGann will take second on the throw after the 2-run single. It's now 7-2. It goes as a base hit, takes second on the throw. Both Burke and Goki score. And now Larson Lott at the plate. And he's going to hold on as we're going to have a pitching change. 7 runs are in. Runners are at second and third. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in just a bit here on TCJ Eagles. The new pitcher is Darius Rose, who will take over for Omar Yepes. Rose was a starter in the field in game number 1. He played center field, and he was 0 for 2. And now he is on the mound, and he'll inherit runners at second and third with 2 outs. Rose, no wins, 1 loss, making his 7th appearance, 5 2/3 innings. He's allowed 11 hits, 12 earned runs. He has walked 11 and struck out 5. He's allowed 1 home run. His first batter will be Larson Lott. 7 runs have scored in the inning. And the Eagles are looking to break it wide open. They do have 2 outs. Lott doubled and scored a run earlier in this inning. That double drove in a run as well. That double drove in Seth Reeves. And Rose with his first pitch. And a good fastball for a strike. Due up in the 4th for the Lions, Roundtree, Rivera, and Hubbard. But now Brody Nichols has a 5-run lead and hoping it's more. He's been sitting quite a while, though. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. And so far, Rose throwing some aspirin tablets up there. No balls, 2 strikes. Rose isn't wasting any time. And that one is just off the outside corner. He thought it was strike 3. He's not playing around. He's coming in and throwing smoke. Counts 1-2 to Larson Lott. And time called. Lott 1 for 2 with the RBI double. Rose is winding up with the runners at second and third. There are 2 outs. And here's a 1-2. Fastball got him swinging. The Eagles leave 2. However, they do score 5 runs. On 5 hits, a couple of walks, and after 3, Trinity leads it 7-2. Big inning for the Eagles. They put 7 on the board and have taken the 7-2 lead as we go to the 4th. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Lions. Mason Roundtree, Pablo Rivera, and Austin Hubbard facing Brody Nichols. 2 unearned runs so far. Nichols has allowed just 2 hits. He has struck out 2 men. Make that 3. He has not walked a batter. And here's Roundtree, who was 0 for 1, a ground ball his first time up. Nichols with his first pitch, and he gets a strike. Nichols isn't overpowering. Kind of medium velocity, but with a lot of movement. And his breaking balls are sharp, like you just saw the slider. Nothing in 2. No balls, 2 strikes. He has very good control. And strike 3 called right down the middle. A 3-pitch strikeout to start the 4th. And there's 1 away, and that's his 4th of the night. Brings up Pablo Rivera, 0 for 1. He reached on an error in the 2nd. And that one misses up and away. Eagles have committed 3 errors. And 2 of those errors led to unearned runs. Here's a 1-0. And a fastball's upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch is fouled off into the mitt, and Lott holds on. Brody Nichols has a 9-inning complete game 1-hitter to his credit this year. I forgot which team offhand, but he got that at the Russ Mat down in Orlando against an NAIA opponent. Misses outside. Brody Nichols, a freshman from Yulee High School in Nassau County. Probably about 45-minute drive from here. A swing and a miss. And the count is now full at 3-2. So the former Hornet is now an Eagle and having a really good freshman year. High fly ball down to left field line. If it stays fair, it's a home run, and it does. It is fair by about 8 feet, and Pablo Rivera has a solo home run, and it is now 7-3. No doubt that it was going to clear. The question was, would it stay fair? And it did. That is his first home run of the season and his 2nd RBI. So it's now 7-3. 1 out in the 4th, and Austin Hubbard at the plate. One ball, no strikes. Hubbard, no official at-bat, put down a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd, and he takes this one on the outside corner. Counts 1-1. 2nd home run of the day for the Lions. Castillo got one in game 1. Line drive, base hit into center, and I almost spoke too soon. Amaro came very close to robbing that line drive. But it is a base hit for Hubbard. And it brings up Carlos Delgado, the number 9 man, who struck out looking his first time up. Not hit hard, but just out of the reach of Rishawn Amaro. And Lott will call time. Head out to talk to Brody Nichols. Larson Lott, his 2nd season here at TCJ, a junior from Spring Hill, Florida, and a transfer from Allen Community College last year. And that Allen Community College is in Kansas. So he's well experienced. He's been named NCCAA Player of the Week a few times. He's made the NCCAA Play of the Month last year at the Division II Invitational in Arlington, Texas. Made a diving catch on a foul pop-up behind the plate. All right, ready to resume. Delgado digs in, runner at first. That's Hubbard, he singled. A check swing, and he went around. Delgado didn't like the call of a swing. He thought he held up in time. So no balls and a strike. And a one-strike pitch, a beautiful slow curve. Delgado way out in front. Brody Nichols, that's a 7th home run he has allowed this season. Most of those came early in the season. He started off struggling a little, but then started lighting it up. 2 strikes, and this one is in the turf. When you throw strikes the way he does, you're going to get one in the zone that hitters like. He does not walk many hitters. And especially with a 5-run lead, you can live with the solo homer to make it 4. And that one is up and away, and that's ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Curveball misses outside. It was close, but Lott agrees that the pitch was off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 out in the 4th. And a high fly ball, medium depth in right. Gattinella will make the catch, and there are 2 away. Delgado appeared to get that one off the handle, didn't quite barrel it up. And Dominic Gattinella, very good defensive right fielder. Also positions himself well. And he is way off the line. He is in line with the 2nd to 3rd straight line. Santiago Ortiz has scored twice, both unearned, and he takes a strike. First time reached on an E6, second time singled his way aboard, and he scored on an E4. Line drive down to left field line. That's going to drop in for a hit. Here's a runner around second. Hubbard will stop right there as Gavin Williams got the ball in very quickly. And Ortiz has a 2nd hit of the ball game. Hit that one right on the button. Credit Gavin Williams for getting to the ball and making a laser beam throw to keep Austin Hubbard at second base. Timeout, Coach Broden wants to have a chat with Nichols. Settle down the freshman. In a little bit of a jam. 1 run is in. And Coach Broden, a 4-year pitcher here at Trinity. He's been the associate head coach for, I believe this is his 7th or 8th year doing so now. Coach John Copeland has been the only head coach in Trinity history. They started play back in 2015. 12th season. Only 1 major league game going on right now. It's Detroit at Cincinnati. Well, let me see, because others are scheduled to start at 7. Yeah, a couple more have started. Detroit leads Cincinnati 2-0 in the 3rd. Baltimore at Camden Yards leads the Red Sox 4-1 in the 2nd. Guardians have scored 5 in the 1st, and they're still batting in Toronto, 5-0. The Rays lead the Twins 1-0 in Tampa Bay. It's great to see them back in their own ballpark. That game's in the 2nd inning. Phillies and Braves scoreless in the 2nd. Same thing with the Rockies and the Mets. Nichols trying to end this inning with limited damage. Just the 1 run has scored so far. 2 men on, 2 out, and a big swing. And a foul back from Jalik Jordan Johnson. He struck out in the 1st and put down a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, so 0 for 1. No balls and a strike. If he gets hold of one, that would make it 7-6 and give Paine all the momentum. He was going for it that time, but late on the fastball and fouled it off the fists, and now he's down 0-2. That was a big rip. He has 1 homer and 11 RBIs. And Jordan Johnson came in hitting over 300. 2 on, 2 out, 2 strikes. Curveball, strike 3 called. And that will retire the side. A solo home run from Pablo Rivera. A couple of more base hits, but those two are left stranded. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Trinity leading 7-3. And he struck out Larson Lott to end a 7-run inning. Actually, that was the 3rd. This is now the 4th. Gavin Williams will lead it off, followed by Gadriel Burgos and Dominic Gattinella. So Rose, 1/3 of an inning. Omar Yepes, 2 2/3, 7 runs, all of them earned. He allowed 5 hits, and he walked 3. And Darius Rose came in and just threw Powder River. And so far he's thrown all fastballs, but he's faced only 1 batter. And now he'll deal with Gavin Williams, who singled in the big 3rd and also scored a run. And Williams laced one right down the line on the ground, and only a diving play by Mason Roundtree kept him from getting extra bases and driving in a run. But the Eagles ended up with 7. So Williams will lead off the bottom of the 4th. Again, followed by Burgos and Gattinella. And Rose winds and delivers. Fastball that misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Williams, the very big game number 1, a homer, a single, and a double. And a single here in game 2, so he's 4 for 4 on the day. And that one is inside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch from Rose. High pop-up. Williams got under it. Right fielder Jordan Johnson will make the catch for the first out. Brings up Gadriel Burgos, who singled home a run and scored in the 3rd. He is 1 for 1. His other plate appearance was a first-inning walk. Burgos tied with Gavin Williams for the team lead with 4 home runs. Burgos has driven in 40. He's not in the top 10 anymore, but he's pretty close in RBIs. No balls and a strike after the first breaking ball from Rose. 1 out, bases empty, and the pitch is a fastball outside. Count is 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Rose shakes off 2 signs, likes the 3rd, and delivers. Fastball and chased because that one was up above the zone. Ortiz will give way to the pitcher. Ortiz may have lost the ball in the lights, but Darius Rose kept his eye on it and made the catch. Good job by Darius Rose. Normally the infielder will take the pop-up. There must have been some communication. And again, Rose, keeping his eye on the ball, was able to come away with the putout. So here's Gattinella, a walk and a run in the third. Flew out his first time up. Takes the first pitch upstairs. So a couple of big boppers for the Eagles get underneath and hit harmless pop-ups. 1 ball, no strikes to Gattinella. Big swing, and he just missed, driving that one a long way. Hit it straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gattinella came in at 318. And a breaking ball from Rose. Misses for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. In the 5th, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Lions. High fly ball, center field. Hubbard going back, but he has room and he makes the catch. Gattinella gave it a ride, but right to center field, and Hubbard was able to track it down and haul it in. Eagles go down in order in the 4th. After 4, Trinity leads 7-3. Seven, 3 Eagles lead as we go to the top of the 5th. 3, 4, and 5, heart of the batting order. Andy Castillo, Howard Lazenby, and Christian Batista. Paine trying to come back and get a split of the doubleheader. Trinity won the first game 4-1, and all runs in that game scored on home runs. Andy Castillo homered for Paine. Gavin Williams homered, and Logan McGann hit a 3-run homer, and that was all the scoring in the opener. If Trinity wins this, they will even their record at 19-19, and that's after being 8-16 midway through the season. Brody Nichols with his first pitch to Castillo slipped out of his hands and bounces across for ball 1. Castillo 0 for 1, a sac bunt and a punch out. 1 ball, no strikes. Line drive hard into left. And that's a base hit to start the inning for Castillo. He is the catcher, so we'll see if he stays out there or they go to a courtesy runner. And he will come out. We saw Jawan Mallory as a courtesy runner in game number 1, and we'll see if that's Mallory now. Yes, it is. Timeout as Coach Copeland takes a walk to the mound. Normally that means we will have a pitching change. Well, Nichols qualifies. He did pitch 4 innings, and he has a 7-3 lead. We'll see who's coming out of the bullpen, and we'll tell you about him in just a bit here on TCJ Eagles. The senior, the pride of Cartersville, Georgia, Drew Billings, on in relief of Brody Nichols. And Brody Nichols qualifies for the win. 4+ innings, 3 runs, only 1 earned, 6 hits. He did not walk anybody. He struck out 5. He is responsible for the runner at first. Drew Billings will take over with a record of 1 win, 2 losses, and 2 saves. The all-time and the single-season save leader here at Trinity. 11 total innings, 9 hits, 12 runs, only 6 earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 13. Mallory is the courtesy runner, and when he came in Game 1, Jacob Brigman picked him off before throwing a pitch. And Billings tried to do the same. But Mallory was able to get back, and the first pitch from the sidewinder is in there for a strike. No balls and a strike. And Billings delivers. And a line drive caught by Amaro. Throw to first. Double play. Ball hit hard, but Amaro reached up, snared it, and Mallory was halfway to second base. And so the double play takes Mallory off the base pass and closes the book on Brody Nichols. There are now 2 outs with the bases empty, and Kristen Batista at the plate, who is 0 for 2. Coach Jones is watching from out of town, and he's loving what he's seeing from the Eagles today. The athletic director here at Trinity College of Jacksonville. There's a ground ball, base hit up the middle, and Batista is aboard with 2 outs. So Billings comes in, throws a couple of pitches, gets a double play, and then serves up a base hit. And will bring up Mason Roundtree, who facing Nichols had a ground out and a strikeout. And Drew Billings on his senior day, he is pumped. And the pitch is in there. No, it's inside. In case you didn't notice, he gave a little Al Hrabosky before he threw his first pitch. We old folk, we know about that. Here's the 1-0. And a ground ball towards short. Amaro feels a high hop and throws to second. Seth Reeves makes the catch, and that ends the side on the fielder's choice ground ball. The double play erases the leadoff single. Lions leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Trinity 7, Paine 3. ball's hit so hard. Get it? Darius Rose has looked really good. He's retired all 4 men he has faced since coming in and ending that big third inning. A strikeout and then 3 fly balls. He will face Jacob Burke, Rishan Amaro, and Darren Goki leading off the bottom of the 5th. Trinity 7 and Paine 3. And Darius Rose, again, he's been very impressive. Taking over for Omar Yepes. Brody Nichols does qualify for the win. He went 4 innings in a 7-inning game, so unless Paine comes back and at least ties it up, Nichols would get his 5th win. Still a lot to go, though, here as Jacob Burke steps in at the bottom of the 5th. He had a bases-loaded walk for an RBI in the big 3rd inning. Rose ready with his first pitch, and a fastball is a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Final home and final regular season game of the season for the Eagles. Paine still has a home series against Baptist, Florida next weekend. High pop-up. Third baseman Roundtree. Boy, that ball was way up there and kind of knuckled on Roundtree, and he did a really nice job. He came in, backed up, and had to come in again, and he made the catch. That was a major league pop fly. Well, here's Rishan Amaro, who will switch back to left-handed like he did the entire game 1. As a righty against Yepes, nothing out of 2, a pair of pop-ups. And the pitch is on the outside corner. The Eagles also have a switch thrower on the team, Chance Helvey. And he'll pitch both ways. And last week he pitched right-handed and played left field left-handed. And that one will miss up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, base is empty. Eagles lead by 4. Looking ahead to the 6th, 7, 8, and 9, Rivera, Hubbard, and Delgado for the Lions. Big swing by Amaro, and he fouls this one off. Counts 1-2. Still not quite dark enough for the lights to just be by themselves. There's a tiny bit of sunlight left. That can make the ball a little difficult to see. Here's a 1-2, and that one misses low and outside to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. After Amaro is Goki, who had a 2-run single in the 3rd. Here's a 2-2. Line drive, base hit in the center. And Rishan Amaro had a base hit and a run scored batting lefty in game 1. Has a 2nd hit of the day. And he's at first with 1 out for Goki, who hit a hard line drive to center in the 2nd and then singled home 2 in the 3rd and ended up scoring run number 7 of the inning. Goki 1 for 2. Good lead off first by Amaro, not going anywhere. There's a hard ground ball up the middle. It's knocked down. To throw to first, not in time. That's a base hit for Goki. Ortiz had him played up the middle, knocked it down, but couldn't quite pick it up. And the throw late, and hustling all the way is Goki for a second base hit. Amaro stops at second, so 2 on, 1 out, and Seth Reeves at the plate. And he twice in the third inning got hit by a pitch. First time he ended up scoring. Took one off the elbow and then off the back. So making his return, no official at bat. He takes this first pitch inside. And we're all very happy to see Reeves back out there on the field. For a while, no one was sure if he would get to play again this year. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 2 men aboard. Amaro at second, Goki at first, and the pitch misses low and inside. Reeves is hitting 192. Been making contact. A lot of tough luck. Hits this one hard and tough luck. He'll get the out at first, the throw to second, and everybody will advance. But another hard hit ball off the bat of Seth Reeves. This time Batista is able to get him at first. Well, Amaro advances to third, Goki to second. And a nice play by Ortiz, keeping a run from scoring. That throw was high, and he had to leave the bag. It would have been a tag play, very difficult to get Goki. But if Ortiz doesn't catch that, at least 1, maybe 2 runs score. Here's Logan McGann, who drove in 2 with a base hit in the third. And first pitch right down the middle. McGann was left standing at second base, but the innings have to end at some point. Trinity scored 7 in the third inning. And a chance to drive in 2 more for McGann. Line drive into center field. That's a base hit. Amaro scores. Here comes Goki. He will score. That's the 4th RBI of the game and the 7th of the day for Logan McGann. His second consecutive 2-run single, and both of them into center. Eagles lead 9-2. And it brings up Larson Lott. So Logan McGann making a bid for the Offensive Player of the Week. Gavin Williams is the reigning Offensive Player of the Week. Here's Larson Lott. And he pokes at one and fouls it back. Logan McGann, a 3-run homer in the second. 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs plus a sac bunt here in game number 2. Runners going. Lott taking all the way. The pitch is a strike, but a stolen base for Logan McGann, his 27th of the season. Number 10 in the NCCAA entering play today. He has been caught 3 times. He is 27 for 30. And a lot of chance to drive him in. It's a 6-run lead, and that one misses low and outside. And a great take on the stolen base by Lott. The right-handed hitter saw the huge jump that McGann had. A ball and 2 strikes. And a pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider, and that will retire the side. The Eagles get 2 on the base hit from Logan McGann, and after 5, Trinity leads 9-3. We have a couple of changes to tell you about for the Eagles. First, Rishan Amaro will move from shortstop to the mound. We'll tell you more about his pitching in just a bit. Morgan Mulbauer has come in to play shortstop. He'll be batting in the number 3 hole in place of Gadriel Burgos, who's come off the field. Darren Goki has gone from the DH to take first base. So the only change in the batting order is in the number 3 hole, where Morgan Mulbauer is now batting in the place of Gadriel Burgos. Rishan Amaro just threw his first pitch. It was fouled off. 1 win, 1 loss, 2 saves, as this one misses upstairs. In 14 innings, Amaro, 18 hits, 10 runs, 6 earned, 5 walks, 17 strikeouts, and he's 1 striking away from getting number 18, a 3.86 ERA. Struggled his first couple of times out, but since then he's been dynamite. 1-2. And a pitch. Fastball. Chopper towards third. McGann fields a short hop. Throw to first in time. So Logan McGann having himself an afternoon. So far is 2. And now 1 out with the bases empty for Austin Hubbard, who is 1 for 1 plus a sacrifice bunt. Drew Billings, 1 inning and nothing allowed. Got a line drive double play and then got the next man he faced. Well, he did give up a base hit, so check that. My bad. And then he got a ground ball to end the inning, and a flock of geese flying overhead. Amaro doesn't care. Here's a 1-strike pitch, a breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike 2. Abby, did you get the geese on the camera? Well, I had my screen on the stats page for Amaro, so 0-2. High pop fly, shallow right field. Gattinella on the dive. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Dominic Gattinella with the defensive play of the night. I could not tell if he had caught the ball or trapped it. The base umpire, much closer, says it was a catch. So a fantastic job by Gattinella. And there are 2 away for Carlos Delgado, who has struck out and flied to right. And Amaro's first pitch is a fastball down in the turf. 1 ball, no strikes. There was a goose at Wrigley Field earlier this week just sitting out there behind shortstop and wouldn't move. The ball came his way, the players came his way, and he just stood there watching the game. Took a while and he eventually flew off. 1 ball, no strikes. And a swing and a foul straight back by Delgado. A ball and a strike. 2 outs, bases empty. And Amaro doing an Andy Pettit peer over the glove. Here's a 1-1. Breaking ball, misses inside. Andy Pettit, member of the Yankees when they kept winning the World Series in the late 90s. 2 balls and a strike. And that one misses down low. Went to Houston for a few years along with Roger Clemens, and they both ended up back as Yankees. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Fastball. Strike 2 called. So the count's 3-2. Bases are empty. 2 outs in the 6th. Eagles lead 9-3. Morrow takes a long look and now winds and delivers. Curveball punched at, grounded towards short. Mulbauer charges, throws to first in time, and a 1-2-3, top of the 6th for Rishan Amaro. Eagles come to bat in the bottom half, leading 9-3. We go to the bottom of the sixth. The Eagles lead 9-3, and we are joined by TCJ closer Drew Billings. 1 inning on senior day, a perfect inning. Well, not perfect. You did allow a hit, but scoreless, and good way to end your home portion of your career here.
Yes, sir. It was amazing just be out here one final time on this amazing field. Can't thank Coach Don Copeland and Coach Jordan Broader enough for allowing me to transfer in here once I did, and just once I got here, got to work, and couldn't ask for a better night to finish it off.
Of course, last year you set both the single season and the all-time saves records here at TCJ. 2 saves this year to add to that total, and again, very nice way to end your career. Of course, it's not over. You still have the South Region Tournament and hopefully a national tournament.
Yes, sir. I mean, goal is to get into that South Region Tournament. We know anything can happen, but hopefully we're the ones who come out and make that trip up to Kansas City at the end of May.
Of course, it's going to be tough. You have Fort Lauderdale to deal with, the 4-time in a row South Region champions, and they are a fantastic ball club. Toccoa Falls, they know how to hit the ball. They are very good. Paine, you can't take them lightly. You may get 2 wins here against them, but they can play some baseball. Bob Jones, dead even series history with them. Baptist, brand new, but still a very good baseball team. This is a very competitive South Region.
Yes, sir. It's very competitive. Anything can happen on any given night when you play a team from the South Region, and that's what makes the tournament fun. Anything can happen. So hopefully the chips can fall in our favor, but we'll just have to see. But they just got to take it one game at a time, one pitch at a time, and just hopefully just go from there.
2 balls, no strikes to Gavin Williams. And Drew, when he's not pitching for the Eagles, is an assistant coach of Trinity Christian Academy middle school baseball. And the Varsity Conquerors region quarterfinal tomorrow night. You going to be here for that?
I'm going to try to make it, but I do got some family in town for this weekend, for senior weekend, but I'm going to try to drag them out up here tomorrow night.
Well, we'll be on the Mixler channel. You know all about that. Jonathan Norman, whom you know well from your internship, he'll be on with me, but you're welcome to come up and grab a mic for a few minutes.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
And Drew helped me out a lot with Trinity Christian football back in the fall with my normal partner, Adam Glover. Do you know where Adam is now? He is the AA play-by-play announcer for the Toronto Blue Jays now.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
And he's up in New Hampshire doing the season. High pop-up down the right field line. That one looks like it's going to drop foul right up against the fence, and Williams will come back with 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Adam, I've known him for 5 years now. We worked together mostly at UNF. He's been helping me out with the Trinity football the last few years. Started an internship with the Jumbo Shrimp, then got to do some announcing, and now the full-time AA play-by-play man for the Toronto Blue Jays. And he plans to come back and help me out with football again in the fall. But until he does, while you're here, you're welcome if you're here.
Yeah.
The 2-2 to Williams. That was as close as it could be without a strike. I could not have argued if it was called.
No, sir. This guy behind the plate has been very good tonight. He knows what he's doing. He's been fair both sides. Can't ask for anything better from an umpire.
He's been very consistent. Williams is 1 for 3, a base hit and a run scored in the big 3rd inning. And he takes ball 4 to get himself aboard, start off the 6th inning. First walk issued by Darius Rose, a man who hasn't done a whole lot of pitching, but he's been really good tonight since he came in.
Yes, sir. No, he's been effective. He's came in, he's gotten weak contact, gotten the outs he needs to get out of some situations. He fills up the zone, which makes makes us as a team to hit and swing, and he's doing what they need him to do.
Here's Morgan Mulbauer getting his first at-bat of the night. Batting 179, usually makes contact, and that one is in the dirt. Mulbauer got hurt earlier in the season and then had to do some running, was unable to swing the bat for a while, so it's hard to get back into the groove, but we're all very happy to see Seth Reeves on the field tonight.
Yes, sir. That's a big blessing for us, him being out with that wrist sprain for a while. Ever since we went out to Texas, so beginning of middle February to now, long 2 months for him, but he's been up here in the cage, working on it, going to the trainer, getting rehab. It's finally nice to have a full roster back right now with all the injuries we've had all season.
Yeah, and he got a game in before trying to return during the tournament, which isn't easy to do. Hot shot into left field. Mulbauer with the base hit. Williams will stop at second as Rivera is able to keep him from advancing any further, and good to see Mulbauer get an opportunity and come through.
Yeah, no, that was very good from him. Came in freshman this year, he puts his nose down every day. He works every single day. Can't ask for nothing better than that.
West Nassau High School in Callahan, not too far away from here. Maybe about half an hour up US 1.
Yeah.
Dominic Gattinella has walked and scored. He's 0 for 2 officially, a couple of fly balls. And have you seen a guy hit the ball hard as consistently as Gattinella?
This year, no. He's been one of those guys who stepped up huge. Being his third year starting, had his ups and downs, but this year he's gotten everything to click, and that's what we need to make a run.
We know about last year. We said it many times, the tough luck he had, and this year he's finding holes. He's hitting the ball just as hard, but they're dropping. He takes this one outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. But in this league, I don't know anyone who hits the ball as consistently as Gattinella does.
No, sir. I mean, he's a tough out to get no matter what. By putting in play, taking pitches, having long at-bats, he's hard to face.
The 1-1 is low and outside. So Gattinella has 2 men aboard, nobody out. Williams drew a walk. Mulbauer singled. And the count is now 2-1 to Dominic Gattinella. Big third inning and hit. It wasn't like they walked everybody and dropped the ball a lot. We've seen that. We've done it a few times this year, but we've seen defenses do that for us. But in that third inning tonight, it was base hit.
Yeah, I mean, that's great for our offense, especially even in that first game, having 8 hits, something like that. There's a lot of good swings on the baseball, finding holes, what we need to hopefully get on the right track for once we go up to Tacoma for the South Region Tournament.
Big swing and a foul ball by Gattinella. Logan McGann with that 3-run homer, and his first of the season. I'm trying to remember if he hit any last year. That might be his first college home run.
No, that was his first college one. He's been flirting with the wall during band practice, and he hit one out in BP in Toccoa. Came close a few times up there. Got here today and put a couple out during BP, and then finally got the one to click today, so we're all excited for him in that first game.
Well, this is a pop-up in foul territory, and one of the few times Gattinella hasn't come through in the clutch, because he's been a big RBI man for us this year.
Yes, sir. He stepped up. Can't remember where he started out in the year, but finding his way into that 4th spot and just done the job every single time we need him to. He stepped up in some big situations throughout the year, delivering where we need it most.
Jacob Burke got a bases-loaded walk in the third. He's 0 for 2 officially. And that one downstairs. And Jacob got his first college home run here a couple of weeks ago.
Now he had one back in his freshman year.
He did? I don't remember. I should remember that.
There was a wall scraper down the right field line early on in the year, but he's another guy like Gattinella this year who's just stepped up big. He's found his swing. He's found the confidence that he's always had, and he's found spots.
Both runners going. A line drive, a base hit. Williams will score. Mulbauer on his way to third, and Jacob Burke has driven home another run. It's now 10-3.
Yes, sir. Big right there. Good, beautiful, compact swing. Going the other way and executing. I don't know if that was a design hit and run right there, but hey, we'll take it.
It worked out as if it was, and time called. I didn't see anybody throwing, so unless they have somebody ready to go, this is just a settle down meeting. And Rose was looking really good until this inning, and the Eagles are starting to get to him. Rishawn Amaro is waiting to swing the bat, and Amaro came in and was throwing BBs. And he's been hitting well of late, struggled pitching and hitting to start the season, but since he became a starter midway through, Rishawn Amaro's been one of the MVPs of this team.
Yes, sir, he has. I mean, when he got here, you just could see the talent level in the kid. Hard-working, had a lively arm, and what for us was finding him a way to get him onto the field and get him playing.
A freshman from Deltona, and sometimes it just takes opportunity, and then even if your first couple of times don't go well, just knowing the coach has confidence can build the confidence in a young player, and Rishawn has really responded both on the mound and at the plate. A couple errors tonight, but usually a very steady glove at short.
Yeah, no, with him,
and he can play all over the infield.
Oh yeah, no, he's a infield utility guy. He's one that we very glad to have once he came in. But with him, it took him a little bit, but we sat down, kind of established a routine for him. Hopefully, get him going after that slow start, and it seemed to work out now.
Now, how come you're not coaching first tonight?
Because Sammy's back for his one night.
All right. Sammy Coffrin, a 4-year Eagle. Jordan Broden, Ryan Ongst, also 4-year players under Coach Copeland. Runners going. They're going to try to pull the double steal. He's safe at second, and Mulbauer steals home. The throw went through. Mulbauer hesitated. He didn't break right away, and Amaro, or rather Burke, steals second, and it is 11-0 as Mulbauer steals home.
Yeah. No.
This team has a lot of speed.
Yeah, no, it's very blessed to have. I mean, we try to pick and choose our moments when we want to be aggressive, but that's kind of like one of the things that we're established with is trying to take as many extra 90s as we can, because that can help us win the game or lose a game.
Well, for Burke, his 4th stolen base. He doesn't run a whole lot, but he's successful when he does. Mulbauer just stole his 10th.
Yeah, no. 2 guys that can create chaos on the bases. I mean, almost anywhere throughout that lineup, you get multiple guys on, create some chaos, and it's kind of like our name of the game. We want to create as much chaos as possible on offense. 2
balls and a strike. And Logan McGann, did you realize he was top 10 in stolen bases?
Yeah. Now, he's one of those guys, we make the joke, if he hits a single, it turns into a triple, because he likes to run. He gets good jumps. He picks apart the pitcher.
Yeah, it's not just speed. You have to know how to run the bases and know how to steal a base.
Yeah, no, that kid's got one of the highest baseball IQs I think I've ever met. Some of the stuff he just talks about with base running, fielding, hitting, it comes a long way.
And this one pulled hard, right past Coach Sammy. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 11-3, the Eagles lead. The runner at second is Jacob Burke. There's 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Is Rishawn going to pitch a 7th?
I think we're going to Darren, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Just have to wait and see what Coach
It'd be great for Darren Goki to get an inning in relief. That one looped down to left field line. Darren Goki, the senior from Bonita Springs, Florida. You and Darren got your senior ceremony. We streamed it. It was a little tough to hear, but we were able to get that on. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Amaro. This Conquerors team that we're going to see tomorrow, last week, that 13-inning game, they are picked to win the championship.
Yeah, we saw that. I mean, we all heard about the 13 innings, and that when we got up here to practice Monday, all talking about it and just how crazy it was. The atmosphere was second to none, with people standing everywhere, both sides full. It was a great baseball game.
There were over 1,000 people here.
I mean, I can believe that. I mean, 2 schools in Jacksonville, both top programs. It sucks in a way that they always have to face each other for that district title, but I mean, that's only going to make them better throughout.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Amaro. And Conquerors will play Florida State University High School tomorrow here on the home field. You'll never guess that they're the Seminoles.
Yeah. No.
It's 3-2. And that one is outside. That's ball 4, and Amaro is aboard. Second walk issued by Darius Rose, and it brings up Darren Goki, who has 2 base hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. But he will face a new pitcher because this is the second trip. So we'll see who comes in. Drew, tell us a little bit about this Conquerors team.
I mean, we're going to start, they're gritty. They fight through tough adversity. Very talented, well-led by Coach Jonathan Murphy. All very humble kids. They work a lot with each other. When we started this game, there's guys in there taking swings, just getting ready for tomorrow. Very nice guys. We'll come up here finishing our first part of practice. They're talking to us, catch up with them, and we get to know them a lot because in the fall, scrimmage them, help them. They help us make us better. We help make them better, and we both want to see each other succeed on and off the field.
Well, you mentioned character, and Coach Murphy, regardless of how much talent, if the guy doesn't have good character, he's not playing for Coach Murphy.
Yes, sir, exactly. These kids that he has, he turns them. It's more about turning those young guys into men, and that's what he preaches. And you can tell, you can just go up to any one of those kids, and they all want to just be better, be leaders on and off the field. So
the new pitcher for the Lions, Santiago Ortiz, comes in from shortstop to take over on the mound. So that means we will have a new shortstop, and we're waiting to see who that gentleman is. And now he's heading out to the position. That is Wagner Montero, who played third base in game number 1. So Montero will take over as the shortstop. Unless there are other changes, he will not be in the batting order, as he would be in for Darius Rose, who was not in the batting order. And look at Jacob Brigman out there acting like the coach with the umpire, going over the lineup card.
Yeah, now he's just making sure all the stats are taken care of. But
yeah, he's running the game changer.
Yeah.
All right, so as far as we can tell, Montero will be the shortstop, but not in the batting order. And now we can double check as Jacob puts that into game changer, and that looks to be correct. Jacob Burke at second, Rishan Amaro at first. Darren Goki steps in. He is 2 for 3, and all 3 of his at-bats, he hit the ball hard. The first time it was caught in center field.
No, just a kid who gets bat to ball good, finds the barrel a good bit of time, sometimes gets a little unlucky, but we're glad to have him in the lineup for this game.
First pitch catches the outside corner. Santiago Ortiz, a freshman from Maracaibo, Venezuela. He is 0-1 on the season, making his 8th appearance, and that fastball misses outside. No balls and a strike. He's pitched 12 2/3 innings. He's allowed 13 earned runs, 10 walks, and 10 strikeouts. And this one is fouled off to make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Darren Goki. 11-3, Eagles lead. Almost said Conquerors after talking about the Trinity High School team. Trinity Christian Academy, number 26 in the nation on Max Preps. They were in the top 25 much of the season. Now number 26. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. A good fastball gets Goki. Might be the fastest pitch we've seen tonight.
Yeah, probably so. But like I said, you can't take a team like Paine lightly. They got guys like this that can just come in, throw strikes, fill up the zone, and have some good velocity behind it.
They can hit and they can score runs. The pitching tonight for Trinity has been spectacular. Jacob Brigman, Brody Nichols, Drew Billings, whom you're hearing right now, and Rishan Amaro. They haven't allowed very much. 1 ball, no strike. Seth Reeves has been hit by a pitch twice and grounded out very hard to the first baseman.
Just another guy to have glad back in the lineup.
That one's going to get knocked down, but it's a base hit. Here's a runner around third, Burke, who never hesitated. So that will be an RBI single for Seth Reeves. On base 3 times, scored a run, and has now driven one in. And it's because Burke never stopped running. That's why Seth gets the RBI. If he stops and then the ball squirts away, no. But great job by Jacob Burke recognizing they had no play on him. Amaro stops at second, and Reeves is aboard at first, and Logan McGann had a terrific game, but it will be Marquinez Jr. Brown taking the at-bat for McGann. What a day for Logan McGann. A 3-run homer in Game 1 and a pair of RBI singles plus a sac bunt in Game 2, and even his only out was blistered.
Yeah, no, it's great to have that guy back full confidence level. I mean, he's kind of been snake bit all year, just hard line drives, just finding gloves and not holes, and now he's getting all those to fall, so it's always great to get that back, especially heading into the tournament here soon.
And Brown takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Junior's hitting .234, a homer, 11 RBIs, and he's flirted with home runs multiple times. Good pop. The 1-0. And takes that one for a strike. He has 47 official at-bats, 11 RBIs. That's a pretty good total.
Yeah, no, it's very good. He's a guy, he can flash power whenever he can. He's also very good at getting bat to ball, just finding a spot and helping us win games.
He takes strike 2, 1-2. Santiago's throwing hard.
Yeah, no, he's be able to come in from shortstop to the mound.
Well, you have to have a good arm to play short at this league. Santiago Ortiz made some great plays out there at shortstop today.
Yeah, no, he's been one of those guys we had circled after that first game kind of throughout, just the way he can swing it, the way he fields it, and just how hard he can throw it. So
well, that one gets away, allowing both runners to advance. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That will be a pass ball charged to the catcher. Reeves at second, Amaro at third. There are 2 outs. The count is 3-2 on Junior Brown. Marquinez Jr. Brown, redshirt sophomore from Chiefland, Florida. The 2-2. Strike 3 called, and Brown disagrees, but he is out, and that retires a side. Eagles add on 3 more, and after 6, 12-3 Trinity. We go to the 7th, and it will be Rishan Amaro starting things off, and he'll face Ortiz, Jordan Johnson, and Castillo. Not a save situation. The lead a little too big when he entered in the 6th. He entered with a 6-run lead. Brody Nichols would get the win for the Eagles, and Yepes would take the loss. Ortiz has scored twice. He is 2 for 3. He's also reached on an error. The shortstop turned pitcher is the scheduled hitter, but let's see if he comes out. Looks like head coach Joshua Cruz will send up a couple of reserves. So it will not be Ortiz. This will be Charlton Randolph batting for Ortiz, a freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. He has a couple of hits in limited opportunities this season. Got a base hit against Bob Jones. He got a base hit against Johnson and Wales of Charlotte. And he gets a good swing off Rishan Amaro. Charlton is 2 for 3. One of his hits a double. He has driven in a run and scored a run. Shout out to Ruben Perez, the acting SID of Paine College. Thank you for providing us the information. And Amaro gets strike 2 on the outside corner. So no balls, 2 strikes. Drew has gone back down to the dugout to get ready to celebrate with his teammates, as the Eagles are 3 outs away from a doubleheader sweep and lead 12-3. That one up behind Randolph. So a ball and 2 strikes. Rishan Amaro with the pitch and a swing and a miss. Logan McGann has re-entered back at third base, and Amaro gets the strikeout. Logan McGann, our player of the game, 2 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt, or check that, 2 for 2 because Brown pinch hit for him, a sacrifice bunt, and 4 RBIs. 7 total on the day for Logan McGann. He also stole a base, his 27th of the season. And batting in place of Jalik Jordan Johnson, we saw him run a couple of times. Now we get to see the bat. This is Juwan Mallory. Fouled off the first pitch, took the second pitch. Mallory making his 12th appearance. Nothing out of 5 at the plate. And a check swing at a pitch inside, and he holds up in time for ball 1. So Juwan Mallory getting his first at-bat of the day. Amaro winds and delivers and gets a swinging strike 3. Eagles 1 out away from finishing off senior day with a doubleheader sweep against a South Region opponent. Now Castillo's the scheduled hitter, but he'll be called back. And now batting for the Lions, Jordan Knight, a sophomore from Atlanta. And the first pitch, breaking ball, tapped foul. Knight is hitting .313. He is 10 for 32. He has a couple of doubles. He has homered once and driven in 7 runs. No balls and a strike. Amaro from the windup. Fastball misses down low. So Jaden Knight batting for Andy Castillo. And Castillo did get his first home run of the season in game number 1, his first at-bat. Here's the 1-1. And this one is pop foul out of play. Pablo Rivera hit a home run for the Lions in the 4th inning of this game. The Lions have now hit 10 home runs as a team. There's a 1-2 and a ground ball towards third. Very fitting that Logan McGann will make the final play, and that's the ball game. Final score, Trinity College of Jacksonville 12, Paine College 3. The Eagles even up their record at 19-19, having won 11 of their last 14 games to go from 8-16 to an even 500. They are now 9-5 in South Region play. Paine now 10-17 overall and 3-6 in South Region competition. The winning pitcher, Brody Nichols, who's now 5-5, 4 innings, 3 runs, only one of those earned. He allowed 6 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Omar Yepez takes the loss. He is now 4-3. Well, that's going to do it not just for tonight, but for the season here at TCJ. The South Region Tournament begins on May 6th at the University of Fort Lauderdale. We, however, will be hosting the softball South Region Tournament. Paine College and Trinity College are 2 of the 5 teams, and those will begin at 4 p.m. on Monday, May 4th. So for Drew Billings, for Abby Springer, our game day coordinator, Luke Manshara, our statistician and a pitcher on the JV Eagles, head coach John Copeland, associate head coach Jordan Broden, assistant coaches Sammy Coffrin, Ryan Ongst, and the athletic director of Trinity College of Jacksonville, Mr. John D. Jones. I'm Ray Bureau signing off for the last time this season at the baseball field. Good night and God bless you from Trinity College of Jacksonville.